I really like what the movie's about, and I think it's really, speaks to the time that we're living in, even though it's obviously taking place in 1959. I think it has a lot to say about, you know, the country we're living in now, and you know, so so the project itself was enticing, but really, I mean, George, when George and Grant call, that's a pretty easy yes. It's he's just such a great director, and it's a lot of fun. He's just on the face of it is just a kind of a boring neighbor type of person, the guy next door, just kind of working his job and with his wife and son, and kind of a very regular seeming Joe. And then as the film goes on, he kind of, when the onion kind of gets peeled back, you see kind of who he really is, and it's a pretty dark role. I've ended up with a lot of really good roles in my career. I think because I kind of seem like an all-American guy, and directors like to play with that. I mean, like in The Talented Mr. Ripley, or The Departed, or or a movie like this one, where you start with a certain set of assumptions, and then those kind of get unwound as the movie goes on. But this is a particularly dark character. By the end, I mean, he's a character who's trying to kind of take control, and we laugh about that a lot because every single scene he's trying to take control of the situation, and he never ever gets control. This is the seventh movie that I've done with George, because he's great and it's a lot of fun. And like, what else is the point if I mean, we work because we love our job, and we feel lucky to do it, and it's just more fun when you're doing it with your friends. George shows up with a whole barrel of his ideas, and there's not one piece of direction that I didn't take. There's never a moment where he says, "No, try it this way," and I go, I don't think he has the right idea about this. I mean, he's really locked in, and when that happens, it's just it's just fun. I just show up and have a ball. I tell people I'm doing a script that was written by the Coen brothers that George and Grant then found and worked on, and George is directing it, and it stars Julianne Moore. People go like, I'm definitely going to go see that. So I think it's got a really good cast, with Oscar and Julianne, and Noah's incredible, and it's really impeccably directed, and and it's a good yarn.